welcome to Daughter of Wind Tarot. It's Mara. So this is for the sign of Gemini. I'm working with the shamanic deck this week. It's just been calling to me. I've been getting some really great messages. I feel like they're nice and broad and macro, so that everybody can get something from it instead of getting so micro with the details. Those should be for the personal reads, right? So I want to try and reach as many people as possible. And speaking of reach, we are starting off here, the sign of Gemini, with Octopus. And Octopus can definitely morph and change. And since I've been doing a little bit more homework on the animals for the Animal Masterclass, I came across something and it just resonated when Octopus popped out right now. I was like, okay, so I need to change my perception on this particular card. And Octopus is really interesting. It talks about someone actually multitasking. And like in the book, it's different than that. But here it's talking about someone that has got their crown, because usually I see it as someone like going, crossing boundaries and like walking blindly kind of, and like putting their feelers all around and like not really being able to like edit themselves and stuff. But here, Octopus is all about having all of these compartmentalized, like you're able to compartmentalize. And I love it says that octopuses float while they're able to handle their business. So emotionally, Octopus is in the water, right? So emotionally, you're staying afloat even though you've got a lot of pans in the pots or whatever it is, or spatulas in the pots. Whatever it is you've got going on, you are managing it and you're managing it well, and you're not making it anybody else's responsibility, and you're making it, I'm just hearing, look effortless, which is amazing. So yeah, keep rolling with that. So in your past energy, we have hummingbird spirit, and the hummingbird is all about spirit telling you to take a pause, be present, take stock of what you've got going on, because there are things around you. So hummingbird, right? Take stock, hover, listen, learn, because the beauty way, there was something coming in. You see that dragonfly with the lotus flower, and it's like receiving, right? You were made to stand still so that you could receive some downloads and know how to proceed going forward. Now here we have the serpent, and this is my Lover's card. Maybe you in your recent past just met somebody and decided to take a step forward, and you got that guidance from from spirit. And so here we have in your present energy, the wind. You are moving like the wind. You are harnessing this energy and you are rolling with it, because then here we have the child. This is the center card of this entire reading. And if anybody's seen this card with me before, it talks about a child that had to grow up too fast. This talks about a child that had to grow up, had to take care of their own parents, had to take care of their siblings, had to take care of themselves much too quickly, right? And they are hardened inside, but they still maintain some sense of innocence, right? And so they're very balanced in their, like, they're masculine, being able to take action and do things and make things happen towards themselves and still be put together and together, a little hardened and weather worn, right? But then they're also able to tap into their childhood and their childlike nature, which is very Geminian, right? I mean, we are the most childlike of the zodiac. So here in your let's see here, your present energy, like present future energy, what's going on with this relationship over here is I feel like everybody's kind of watching each other and not saying much, you know, and kind of also sometimes with the crow, people take it as an ominous energy. I don't particularly, but in this scenario, it just looks like everybody's like, caw-caw, caw-caw, how are you? How are you? And like, maybe a little bit like, maybe there's a little, oh, I just heard scarcity mindset, and fear, you know, possibly triggered by prior relationships, you know. And so then here we have in the future energy, we have the moon, right? And this is all about like what's going on. So this could indicate a moon cycle. Also, the moon in the Lenormand talks about career, right? Your future and your career. And so I really feel like this is a moon cycle. Also, you know, we've got this moon, what is it, a full moon in Aquarius? You know, I was just listening to a reading. I think this is exactly what's going on here. Check your placements as well to see where Aqua is, because we have an Aquarian full moon coming up here. And then it's the one zodiac. There's like a one zodiac, special zodiac in the year that gets 2 full moons a year. And Aquarius is this. So this is supposed to be like a really, really big cycle, this next moon cycle. And this is, you know, future energy. And this would be in the next 7 days. They said 7 to 10 days. Yeah, so definitely just check your house to see where it's transiting. But I would definitely harness this Aquarian moon. And Aquarius is like, what ruled, is it Uranus or Neptune? I think it's Uranus. You know, it's the wild child, the rebel of the zodiac. It's new ideas. It's thinking outside of the box. It's really tapping into your humanitarianism, if that's the word, humanitarianism, and your altruism and philanthropy. Aqua is all about helping people outside of themselves, and sometimes they don't take care of their own trauma, and then they end up, you know, being runners and all that other stuff. But that being said, this, when we're talking about harnessing energies and like moon energies and zodiac and astrological aspects, this is one of those things where it's like, if there's anything that you've been thinking about kind of changing up, or like maybe starting, if you've got a small business and you want to start getting on social media, running with the reels. I mean, right now Instagram has just announced that they are going to full video platform, and like that's where they're going to be putting, and a lot of Instagram people are kind of freaking out. And right now I'm like, holy shit, this is what the universe has been getting me in like practice of, is because the 3-minute TikToks just came out. Clapper, you guys are 3 minutes, you know, the freaking IGTV, all of this is like, this is called momentum, right? But then when you harness the energy from the skies, you're able to do that as well. So that's why I want you to really look into getting your chart done, and it's free, and you can start, you know, educating yourself, and then we'll educate ourselves as well. I'll be doing like, you know, a series on the houses, on the animals. I want you to be able to take it as knowledge, not just because it's coming out of my mouth, you know what I mean, and actually apply it to your life. This is all about learning. It's not just hearing the story and just say, oh no, something's gonna happen to me. It's about taking your matters into your own hands and learning how to drive your own life and not let others' expectations of you have any forbearance on anything you decide you're going to do, be it for your self-health being, or for your mental health, or whatever it is that you have to do, right? Somebody had to hear that. So the moon, it could mean all of those things, and it could be things unseen. Obviously it's the future. There's a lot of things unseen out there, right? So that's when we talk about thinking multidimensionality, or multidimensionally, is when we say, well, you can see how it applies in this way, and then you can see how it applies in your life, and you can see how it applies to you mentally, and you can see how you can apply it in your business. Right? And so taking all of these different, like one framework, but piecing it out in the appropriate ways to where it needs to fit. Like, I don't make the same type of content for my photography or my regular YouTube channel, vlog channel, than what I do on here. And I had to learn how to separate those things and realize that there are 3 different kinds of Maras. Right? My Mara Will Out channel is all about me just traveling and eating and the quirky things, you know, Mara Obscura. Like, that's me. And then my photography is like my artist part of me, and this is just my passion and my soul, you know. And so it's okay to embrace all of those things, and then I'm able to turn to one thing and work on things that I love all the time, because I've got these, you know, things going on. And here, I love this in your, you know, this line, the sacred, it's just coming out as the sacred lotus, this flower, this child, you being balanced with your masculine and your feminine, and when we say that, it's because, you know, when we are wounded inner child, and they talk about wounded inner children, they're really talking about being able to, like, sometimes reparent yourself, right? So I don't let anybody talk to me the way, if they were to talk to like my little child, if I had a daughter, let's say I had a daughter and she was 6 years old, if somebody speaks to me in a way that if they spoke to her, I would jump up and defend her as her mother, I don't let them speak to me that way. That's how I defend my inner child. If I was going to defend my child from that, I don't accept that type of behavior myself, right? And that's when my masculine steps forward, and I'm like, no, this is where we set boundaries. And if I have to say something more than my physicality, and have to say words, or I have to put you up and wring you out to dry with, you know, whatever it is that, you know, but do it in a way that's not going to whip back for me karmically, I will match your energy, and I will cover my ass, and I will make sure that you are exposed for the person that you are. Somebody had to hear that. That's what standing up for yourself is, right? It's not like I'm going to go, because I'm definitely a runner. Like in my past, I'll just run away from things, not say anything to anybody because I was just scared and avoidant and all this other stuff. And now over and over and over again this past year traveling, I have learned but to be able to do it in a way that's documented, that presents well, that I'm not coming from a place of ego. It's just a matter of like, this is the transaction, like when I have an Airbnb or when I do this or when I have that, even like with the grocery delivery, and like I'm getting groceries that are dinged up and mashed up just week after week after week. I'm finally like, no, I'm calling freaking headquarters, you know, like this is unacceptable, right, to me. Like, and I hold myself to a high standard, which I didn't always do. And so it's not that, oh, I expect it of other people, but I damn sure expect like a tete-a-tete of like common courtesy, right? And so we have to really look at these things inside of ourselves to become this wild woman, to become the person that we're not just wild and irresponsible. You can be responsible and also wild, right? You don't have to like go live off the land and dig in dumpsters or something like that and get a tattoo of the chakra system on your forehead in order to be able to manage your finances and yourself like responsibly as a human being in this world, and how you treat other people in order to, so because it all comes full circle. We've got the circle here, and this is what I got last night from this card. I got it pulled for another reading I was doing it, and I just heard all hands on deck. Oh, and it was also earlier. I have a new angel, not a new one, but like one that's hanging out for a while. It's cool. And so I was like, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? And then I just heard it's, and I don't know if it's specifically for these readings, but this is like another week where I'm so grateful to all of the support I've had in the past weeks and the momentum I've gotten from my subscribers. But really, when it comes down to it, is like we are here, and when we talk about a collective, it means the family that I'm resonating with. You are my collective, you are my family, mi familia, I'm Sicilian, like, right? It's all about family to me, and it's all hands on deck, right? We're not just going to sit back on our laurels. We're going to take action towards making ourselves better people so that we can sidestep a lot of karma, let other people's karmic buses come and run them over while we just keep running, right? We are going to embrace this age of Aquarius, okay? All right, so we're going to stop it there, and we'll see you soon. Bye, Aqua. Not Aqua. I'm not talking to Aqua. I'm talking to Gemini. I love you, Geminis. Bye.